Welcome back to Farming Simulator, everyone. It's another mod editing type video tutorial thing from me. This is linked to my Bergeischland series, where if you've watched that you'll have seen I'm using wood chips for bedding for my cows. I was using them for pigs as well, but I got rid of pigs. So this is how to edit either replaceable. If you want to edit something that's built into the map, you'll need to do it in the map, but I'm using a placeable. So I have downloaded from the mod hub GB Modding's really cool looking cowshed. I've not used this before, but it looks really nice. It's got some really cool animations, like if you catch the timing right, the cows will stick their heads through the headlocks and drink from the trough, which is awesome. So I've got a bunch of cows in here that I've given a load of water and a load of food. I've not got seasons on just because it makes it easier to demonstrate some of the stuff that we're going to see. So this is as downloaded, and we can dump straw into here to give them some bedding. I'm going to point out a few pitfalls along the way of mistakes that I've made as I've tried to do this in the past and just in testing to confirm them. So you can see we've got some straw in, the cows have got straw, and if we just speed up time a bit, the straw gets used up. As you can see, the straw patches are shrinking slightly, and we've gone down from 14,000 to about 13,000 litres of straw. So how do we make it so that cows can use something other than straw for bedding? Why do that? Well, I watch a lot of farming YouTubers, and some of them use different stuff. So Tom Pemberton has been experimenting with using wood chip, because I think for a lot of farmers last year there was a big shortage of straw because it was quite a dry summer. So he was looking at using wood chip. He used shredded paper as well. One of the Canadian farmers that I watch, in fact quite a couple of Canadian farmers, seem to use sand a lot. Because it's inorganic, it doesn't rot. And in fact, one which was it was a dairy that Saskatchewan farmer visited, they actually clean their sand after it's been used. So because it's inorganic, it doesn't rot at all, so they clean it through quite a long process and then dry it and reuse it. So they're saving some cost long term. We don't have sand in game, but wood chips we certainly have. Nice thing is you can buy pallets of wood chips as well if you install the lizard pallets mod, which you'll see I'm using on Bergeischland. You can buy wood chip or you can make your own. Another crop that I've considered using, which is used for bedding, is Miscanthus, which is on all the Maize Plus maps. I'm not on a Maize Plus map just to demonstrate this, but it does work. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out of the game and we're going to get into our mods folder to show you how to do that. So here we are in my testing mods folder with very few mods. So we go to the mod of the placeable we want to edit, we right click on it, we use 7-zip, and we do open archive, the same as most of the things that I do in this kind of mod editing stuff. You're then looking for the XML for the placeable, in this case husbandry cow large.xml. So double click on that and it will open up. I use Notepad++ because it's nicer to read and because it formats the XML for us. So if we then scroll down, and what you're looking for is the bit that has straw listed, obviously. So in our case it is down here, and what we need to do is replace. It's very important that you replace it. If you have more than one fill type in here, then the game kind of bugs a bit and it won't actually use either type of bedding. So I guess if you don't want to have to put bedding in, you could do that. But yeah, so we're going to type in wood chips. It is plural wood chips. You could put Miscanthus in here. God, if you wanted, you could put lime. Not very nice bedding for the cows, but you can put any valid type of fill type. So all we need to do now is save that and close it, and then select update archive so that the mod gets updated, and then close it, and then I will see you back in the game. So we're back in the game. First thing to notice, although we've removed straw from the valid fill types, the game will still let you put straw in. I assume that's some kind of default thing. Don't do that. We'll cover why in a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to use easy dev controls to fill the trailer with wood chips, just for the purposes of testing. and you can see now we can tip in wood chips. This doesn't change the fill plane, so it still looks like it's being filled with straw. You could probably do that. I haven't looked at doing that yet. I was just looking at the mechanic of can I get wood chips to work. So if we go in now, we can see it says straw here. Some maps I found it changes, some maps it doesn't. But if we now speed up time a little bit, then you can see we're using up straw. Works exactly the same. I've been testing it on Bergeischland for a long time using seasons. Works just the same with seasons, and yeah, it works. It produces manure exactly the same. So I've just let it run through the night. So what are the problems we can experience with this? Well, it takes wood chips, right? But it can also take straw, because something built into the game lets you put straw in, because that's part of the base game, I guess. What happens if we try and tip straw in now? We tip a tiny amount in, and then the trailer just keeps tipping, and the bar goes a bit nuts. And now we will find, if we speed up time, we jump up to double the maximum capacity, and it just stays there, because I think the game gets confused as to it doesn't know what it wants to use. You could use this if you wanted as a bit of an exploit, so that you didn't have to put bedding in for the animals. That's up to you if you want. If you do this by mistake, how do you fix it? Well, we have to go out of the game for that, so we will save the game and we'll jump back out to the File Explorer. And what you want to do is go to your My Games Farming Simulator 19 directory, so it's one up from where your mods are stored. Find the save game, so in our case it's save game 5, double click on it, and we need to open up the items.xml file, and you need to look for your cow husbandry. Because I've got Failsprint open with nothing on it, it's pretty quick to find. And what you're looking for is the module for straw, so module name equals straw. And you'll see it's got 2 lines in here, and all you need to do is delete the one that you put in by mistake. So in our case, we delete the straw line, save it, and close it, and then we'll reload the game, and you'll see that it works just fine now. So back reloaded the game, and if we take a look now, the fill level is back to the maximum that you can put in for the cows that you have. And if we fast forward time again, you'll see that we're using up wood chip, because we can put some back in, and you can see the bar is starting to move slowly. So that's, and I'll leave the game running through the map now. That's fairly standard base game feature, I think. So if you use the straw harvest add-on, you can get into the same position. If you put straw in and then add straw pallets on top, the same thing will happen. I found that when I was playing on Chellington. I used it to my advantage, because I found that the pig pen that I was using on Chellington, it was really hard to find the straw trigger, so I did that. Yeah, those are the problems I've had. So you cannot put more than one fill type in the listing in the XML file. So you can't remove straw and put, say, wood chips and miscanthus. Tried that, same thing happens. Once you've made the change and you're filling with your wood chips or whatever, if you accidentally tip straw in, you'll get the problem where it doesn't use bedding, and if you want to correct that, you need to go out like I've just done and edit your save game. Same if you've got the straw harvest add-on active and you put your wood chips in, for example, and then you decide you want to use straw pallets. If you add them while there are wood chips in there, you'll get the same effect, and the bedding will get stuck. Just go into the save game and delete the one that you don't want to use anymore from the animal pen. I think that's pretty much it. I found it quite an interesting change to having to use straw and make straw bales. It particularly works on the map that I'm using, because it's got a sawmill that produces wood chips. If you're interested in seeing if we can change the texture that spawns, then If the video gets enough views, I might have a look at that. But you know, we're getting close to the end of FS19 now, progressing towards FS22. This is something I will be looking at with FS22 as to whether I can do it, because I quite like the idea of using wood chips for bedding. Particularly if you're small scale farming and you don't have the money to produce your own straw bales, it's a nice cheap bedding option, and realistic, I think. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave me a like and a comment. If you've got any questions, leave me a comment in the video or jump on my Discord and ask me there, and I will catch you next time, everyone.